The recall campaign for governor continues. In our campaign 2012 coverage, our political reporter Jessica Arp has more on how both candidates spent their day and how thousands are already casting their vote.
Well, early voting started just a week ago, but already thousands have cast their ballots and were even spending their holiday doing their civic duty.
You just need to fill out this form.
They're filling out forms and forming a line at the Madison City Clerk's office.
So you're going to mark your ballot. When you're done, fold it up, put it in the envelope and seal it and bring it back up here.
A surprise to some that they could cast a ballot on Memorial Day.
I was absolutely surprised it was open today and very glad for that.
For some, the early recall election vote is simply convenience.
Yeah, it fit our schedule in between barbecues and parties.
Others, it's necessity. Carol Shalhoub will be working on Election Day. George Silverwood says he'll be out of town.
In this particular election, I'm more committed maybe than some other times, but it's just more convenient in some cases.
And the number of voters voting absentee is foreshadowing huge turnout, with more than 1,000 people voting this weekend and Memorial Day alone.
For a presidential election, we'd see turnout like this for a weekend of voting.
For the campaigns, law professor Charles Franklin says early votes are like money in the bank.
If you've identified your voters, they've gotten to the polls, you know those votes are cast, you worry a little less about whether or not someone will actually show up on Election Day.
Thank you very much.
Tom Barrett continued to get out the vote at Bratfest.
We don't know who they're voting for, but we are making every effort we can to make sure that people vote, and whether they vote early or they vote on June 5th, I want people to vote.
Governor Scott Walker taking the day off campaigning, spending it at official Memorial Day ceremonies and taking no questions from reporters. But as the two men continue their work, the votes are already rolling in.
I think people care about this election on both sides, and they're going to get to the polls one way or another.
The city clerk's office has already given out more than 11,000 ballots in a week. In the 2010 gubernatorial election, they handed out just more than 12,000 in 4 weeks. And you can still vote early until the end of this week at local clerk's office. They said about 113,000 absentee ballots cast across the state.
Wow. And the election a week from tomorrow.
That's right.
It's right around the corner. Thanks, Jessica.
Before you know it.